Hey there, Internet. My name's Jasmine.
And my name's Brandon.
And we got some TV and movie news for you.
So I was talking to a good friend of mine, and I was just emphasizing how pissed off I am about they're not doing a remake of Total Recall. They're doing an adaptation of the original book.
That they are.
That's really pissing me off, because they don't have like key scenes, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger's head blowing up on Mars, or the three-boobed chick. And
actually, they announced this week that the three-boobed prostitute will indeed be in this movie. And not only are they going to have a version you see in theaters, but they're shooting another scene that will be on the unrated disc.
So you're telling me I don't get 3 boobs, I get a total of 6 boobs?
You get 6 boobs.
Which sounds fine if it's 3 ladies, but when it's only one
with 3 boobs?
That is a big deal.
I just like how they decided to put her in there and like, hey guys, we'll shoot one for theaters, then we'll shoot one for the unrated edition. Like, what is going to happen?
Perfect.
I know.
I'm so excited about this. Now I'm on board. And that's all you needed, see? 3 boobs and I was sold.
That's all you need for any movie. I know you like him, but I am a huge Terry Gilliam fan. And it looks
so
like
good.
And he's adapting another book called Mr. Vertigo. It's about a orphan boy who meets a master, I guess, a mysterious master, and he teaches him how, which is an awesome, it's such a Terry Gilliam name.
It's a Terry Gilliam name, yeah.
But I guess he teaches the orphan to fly, and they go traveling around the world and run into the Ku Klux Klan,
the Chicago mob,
which makes me think this is a throwback.
It looks like, it sounds like it's going to be a period
30s or
piece.
40s.
Somewhere around there, maybe like late 20s, somewhere.
I don't care what it is. Terry Gilliam is incredible.
He's just gotten better with age, and even his older movies stand up to the test of time. Brazil is redonkulously good.
Movies.
It's so good.
Baron Munchausen,
Time Bandits,
Fear and
holy
Loathing.
crap!
I love
everything
he's ever done. So this only sounds good.
It
sounds
great.
like he found something that he can definitely put his style and artistic feel to.
Oh, definitely. I like the fact that he's going with a period piece, because in stuff like Time Bandits, you see people from back in the day. You see Robin Hood. You see a king. What does Sean Connery play? Agamemnon or something like that. I forgot the name of it.
It's incredible.
It's really cool.
He has such a way with doing things, and I really can't wait to see his take on this.
If you want a really good recent Terry Gilliam movie, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to see this movie. It was Heath Ledger's last movie. Watch it. It's amazing.
Yep.
So Simon Pegg has signed on to do a movie called A Fantastic Fear of Everything.
I like it.
Right? And it's about him. He's a detective, and he's doing research into serial killers from the Victorian age. And it drives him into a crazy madness where he thinks everyone is out to kill him.
That's fantastic.
That
First
sounds
of all,
awesome.
You have to spend way too much time researching anything to make you crazy.
And I think Simon Pegg can totally pull off that crazy, neurotic, oh my God,
Twitchy, sweaty
everyone's crazy and trying to kill me, and oh my God, the slapstick British humor, oh man.
Mind you, everything he does is pretty much genius, so sold.
Yeah, Paul was awesome, friggin' Hot Fuzz, like anything he's done. Space,
you can go all the way back to Space.
Space was so cool.
If you don't own Space, go find it somewhere and pay however much money it is and watch this movie.
You'll see so many little cues and hints, and Shaun of the Dead is so much cooler because of Space.
I agree.
But anyways, Simon Pegg, new movie, Fantastic Fear of Everything.
Awesome.
So in what's probably good and bad news, Paramount is moving back the day of Star Trek II. Bad news. Which kind of bad news.
I was so stoked on the first Star Trek.
The fact that they're making a second one, like I watched that the other day like 3 times in a row, just because I was enthralled in it. I was like stuck on it.
It's a good movie.
So good. But they're moving that back, which is a bad thing because we have to wait longer, but it might be a good thing because it'll turn out better.
Yeah, which is always a plus.
The other part of that is they're moving G.I. Joe forward.
Yeah, they're actually moving it a week before the intended release of
Star
Trek.
Yeah, they're moving it backward.
But, you know, I was not a fan of the first G.I. Joe at all.
I didn't even see it.
But this one has me excited because you got The Rock.
Yeah.
You got the RZA.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a huge thing right there.
You know,
he's like a martial arts master in this one. It's so
and I'm not expecting anything from the second G.I. Joe, so you can move it up 2 weeks. And
yeah, whatever. Get it out of the way so that way I can get excited for Star Trek.
Yeah, but they're also moving Ghost Protocol back a little bit.
It's like 5 days, which isn't that big of a deal. I think that,
really,
I don't know why only 5 days.
They're really shuffling around with their movies right now, where it's kind of just like Paramount, calm
stick
down.
to your guns.
Just
come on, calmate, and stick to your guns.
Alrighty, so we actually have some Nicolas Cage and John Cusack news. They're going to be possibly starring in a thriller together where Nicolas Cage,
Random.
I know, right, plays the good guy.
Yeah.
How often does that happen?
Yeah, right? He plays an Alaskan state trooper in a story about this real man, Robert Hansen, who abducted, he was a respected family man, I should say this first. He was like a real dude that was like cool, but he abducted over 12 women and 24 women and released them into the wild in the Alaska wilderness and hunted them down.
Flew them there.
Dropped them off, and hunted them down.
It's a really creepy version of the most dangerous game.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you write scary stuff.
Oh,
People
yeah.
do it.
And this movie is only going to be like $27 million to make.
That means I think it's going to be low budget, grimy, and really, really scary.
Ooh, like this is the kind of stuff that really scares me. Like Paranormal Activity and stuff, that creeps me out. That's why I don't like watching it. But this is like legit, could happen to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy to me. Like if I went crazy, I could do this. Like
I hope you don't.
No. I hope so too, but stay away from me if I go crazy. But hopefully I don't. But still, this looks really cool. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna come out of the Nick Cage closet right now. I'm a huge Nick Cage
I love
fan.
Nick Cage.
I love Nick Cage.
I don't even care.
He's
Gone
one
in
of my
60
favorite
Seconds,
actors.
great.
The Rock. The Rock is one of my
Agreed.
favorite movies. But
Get some.
I know he's kind of crazy. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. John Cusack can never do wrong in my book. American Sweethearts. Oh man, that movie rocks.
Right. And speaking of John Cusack, the writer and director of Say Anything apparently wrote another script for a sequel because he just felt like he could go back and tell more story.
Cameron Crowe's an awesome writer. He directed Almost Famous. He wrote and directed Almost Famous, which is actually based on his life. He was a writer for Rolling Stone, and
That's awesome.
he went on tour with a bunch of people, and it's like based off of like Black Sabbath and a couple other bands.
That's pretty sweet.
So that's awesome. And he also did Vanilla Sky, and like, which is okay. But either way, he has a story possibly for a Say Anything sequel.
That's pretty awesome.
Probably the coolest thing to me. Like
He
if they
said
pick up right after on the airplane, that'd be so.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be
He said he talked to John Cusack about doing it once. So
It's a possibility.
I would love to see this happen.
You know, like them older and like having their lives, and maybe it's like the dissolution of their
Still has a
relationship.
trench
Like
coat.
it could be like really deep.
What
It
if they
could-
have kids?
Oh man, and then they get divorced. Oh,
Why do they have to get divorced?
I don't know. I'm just thinking it could be heavy. Yeah, no, I wanted to be happy too, but it didn't really have like a happy ending. It was just kind of like we're on a plane.
Very true. Anyhow, let us know what you think. If you're saps like us,
Exactly.
let us know.
Please.
After 2 Robert Langdon movies from Ron Howard, he has announced that he does not want to be any part of Lost Symbol, which will be the 3rd book, or which is the 3rd book in the Dan Brown trilogy. I actually enjoyed the book, and I can't wait for a movie.
Yeah.
But Ron Howard said he doesn't want to do it because it's the same guy doing the same things over and over again.
To be honest, I'm glad. I don't think he did a good job with the movies. I thought the books were really good books, and I feel that he really ruined them. The movies were not good, and I feel it was like because it was so poorly directed. I mean, it could be also because of writing and stuff like that. We can't blame it just on the director, but I feel new, fresh ideas coming in, new, fresh leader of it would be a good thing for this because it needs something.
I kind of agree with I'm on board either way because I love the way he writes those books. I love the mythology he looks into and everything. And I thought The Lost Symbol was a great book on top of the other 2. They were incredible books.
They were incredible books, and I love how there's so much fact inside of it.
That's what I love too,
Yeah.
is he spins fact into fiction,
Yeah.
and it makes sense. But, you know, I know they changed some things with the endings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, it doesn't bother me too much just because it's like I read the book and then I'm seeing the movie, and either way, it's still that fact that you see and take
Yeah,
in.
I can understand that, but it still just kind of bugged me. So I'm glad to see a little change of scenery and hoping that it will make it more true to the story. Because I can understand every movie, it's going to change certain parts. But if you change an entire ending, I feel that's kind of like being like, hey fans, we don't care. And
yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah. So tell us what you think in the forums or the comments.
All right, that's going to do it for our movie and TV news this week. Until next week, be sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube page. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Jasmine.
And we'll see you guys next week.